Welcome back, everyone. Sorry about missing last week's vlog. I was instead busy making the quinoa bars and editing the video for that, so I didn't really have the extra time to do this video and then edit it and then upload this. So anyways, so here's another one for you. It's bonus because you get 2 in 1 week to make up for it. If you haven't seen the making of the quinoa bars, it's a little drawn out, not the best camera angles, but you can learn how to make them if you didn't know how already. Anyways, it's just adventures with Brandon. Who doesn't like that? So last week then, a little fuzzy to remember, but as far as training goes, went really surprisingly well. I really surprised myself in the ability to keep up with some of the workouts that I did end up, or maybe that was, anyways, something that I wouldn't have been able to do at the beginning of the season, and I was keeping up nice and fine. I guess we're moving into a speed phase, as the coach is telling us, so pretty much all of our stuff is harder paced, and then the longer stuff is pretty much still faster than the pace I was doing at the beginning of the year. It's just shorter distances. And yeah, so I had a race on Wednesday, not yesterday, but the Wednesday prior. It was 1,000 meters, my first 1,000 meters ever, and it went surprisingly well. Not as well as I would have liked, but as well as I could have asked for. Definitely surprised myself. I was going for under 240, with hoping to get 235, and of course, ideally, 230 would be like Superman for my stage of training that I'm in, anyways. But I went out strong. There was a pacer for 400 meters, and that helped a lot, thanks to him. And I pretty much just kept that pace, and I was pretty much even paced the entire way through. I think I went through 800 meters in 2:01, 2:02, something like that. And then I was pretty far ahead as far as I could tell of everyone else until about 870 meters, and then I just hit the wall. And I just lost all the speed, and pretty much everyone who saw me afterwards said, "Good race, and your last 100 meters looked super hard." And it was. I felt fine until that point, and then it was just like, had nothing left in my muscles and was just trying to keep form, and I held everybody off until 995 meters or something like that, and then 3 people passed me, and all of our times within I think half a second, or something like that. So I ended up coming 4th after all that effort, but no, it was really good. I usually in races I kind of follow and then try and kick at the end, and this is one of the first races I tried to just run my own race and outrun everybody, and I almost did it, so hopefully next time I'll be able to improve on that. So that's good. Saturday, again, we did some faster or race prep stuff with spikes on. I'm kind of getting the hang of spikes, ran some very surprisingly fast times for just training, so I was happy about that. And then Thursday I made those quinoa bars, like I said. Really good. I only got to eat 2 of them, and the rest I gave away. I think I made 10 or something like that. And so yeah, those all went away. Pretty much the only thing negative said about them is that they looked not very appetizing, and I think that was because they were a bit, I wanted them to be chewy, but they were kind of mushy, and they looked sticky. And someone had suggested quick oats to try and dry it up a bit. Luckily I didn't end up using any oil, because I think that would have made it even worse. For me, I wouldn't have had a problem, or I wouldn't have a problem doing it the exact same way and just eating it like that. I don't have a problem with, because I know how it tastes, and I think that was probably, if they knew how it tastes, they wouldn't have avoided having it. The couple people I asked, but most people did have it, and once they did have it, they were pleasantly surprised that it actually did taste good. So thanks for those good comments and suggestions. And yeah, so then moving into Saturday, had a race prep workout, I guess, and like I said, in spikes, and yeah, ran very fast times. I was very stoked. And then going into Tuesday was another surprise, but on the other end of the spectrum. So I thought I was pretty much untouchable after the great week I had prior, and on paper the workout didn't look particularly hard, and I'm not sure really what did it, but I definitely hit a wall somewhere in there, and my hamstrings about halfway through just rock solid tight, weren't letting a release, and we had an 8-minute rest in between a bunch of 200s. They're faster 200s, and they wouldn't release until about 6 minutes. So 2 minutes left, and that was like pretty much my time to recover. So I talked to the coach, and he thought it would be a good idea just to drop it by a couple seconds, and still running faster, or faster than I would have been at the beginning of the year. So that's good, and maybe I should have started a bit slower and then gone faster, but now I know. So then with tonight's workout, pretty much Wednesday, I was still pooped. My hamstrings were still crying about how hard the workout was, but that's good. You need one of those to knock you down so you can get back up and make yourself stronger. But yeah, tonight's workout went really well actually, so that's good. I'm on the other end of the spectrum again. I was running about 2 seconds faster for all of my reps than I would have been at the beginning of the season. So that's just good to know that the confidence blow I had on Tuesday, I kind of regained a bit of that it was just a hard workout for one reason or another, and it doesn't mean that I sucked or whatever. So everyone on my team's pretty much racing this weekend, but I'm not. Again, I'm trying to keep my races about quality, doing them once a month or so, so I can really focus on them and focus on the training in between and body maintenance in between. And yeah, I think that's about it. Been pretty busy just trying to keep on ramping up the training as the training is ramping up in speed, but also adding more outside of the training as well. So it's a bit tricky to balance, but hopefully I get there soon. And other than that, don't think there's anything else that's going to be happening. I really like dates now. I never really liked them before, but since I've had them in those bars, I've just been snacking on them, so hopefully there's no downside to eating lots of dates. I don't eat too much, but I find it's a good snack, and they're pretty cheap actually. I think this was like $5 for this, and it's almost lasted me two weeks now, including making all those bars. So anyways, hope you guys have a good week, and we'll see you next time I make a video, because I can't promise you obviously that there will be one next week, but I'll do my best. Take care.